ladies and gentlemen. ಎನ್ನ ಮಾತಾ ಮೋಕೆದ ಬಂಧು ಭಗಿನಿಯರು ಬಂಟರಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾ ಎನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. First of all, I would like to thank IBCC for organizing this event, because after this pandemic, first time we are all meeting physically. So that's a great achievement. You have taken the first step. So I congratulate and wish you all of you. Now today we have 3 speakers. Before actually getting to the main subject, this is the first time that we are having under Bunds, that you talk about Bunds or Bansanga, something connected to the chemicals and pharmaceuticals. And I am in this industry for more than 3 decades. So I would like to say a few words about it, because only for the knowledge, because there are a lot of students there from Bansangas, that, at least let them also know that what the chemical industry is. The value of the chemical industry is huge. They estimate it to be about 3.5 trillion, and it is expected to reach $5 trillion in the next couple of years. Indian chemical industry is about $200 billion, and I'm sure that in the next few years it will reach double. It can go up to $400 billion. In India, there are more than 50,000 chemical units all over the country. 80,000 chemical products are there of various nature. And for your kind information, the chemical covers 96% of the manufactured product. Whatever the manufactured products, out of the 96% is for the chemical industry. Globally, the chemical industry contributes 6.5% of the GDP. And India, of course, it's so very small. It is only 3.1%. But it is definitely growing in a much rapid way. As for the concentration of the chemical activities are concerned, the most of the chemical activities are centered in Western India, that's mainly in Gujarat and Maharashtra. Once upon a time, Maharashtra was the leader, and for the last 2 decades, after our honored Prime Minister becoming the Chief Minister, and it has totally changed. It has actually gone into Gujarat. The government of India allows 100% FDI in chemical industry. And I can summarize, as for the chemical is concerned, in a simple way in your life, which improves the quality of life. And when you get up in the morning, first thing you go for Colgate, and it starts with chemical. Similarly, you end with the night. When you go for, before sleeping, you go for good night mosquito coil. Both requires chemical. So in between, I think, that getting him and till go to everywhere, whatever you touch, and it has certain portion of chemical in throughout your day. When you come back to India, India is the world's largest and the fastest growing economy. Last 1.5 years, during the pandemic, the chemical really got a big boost. And how that whatever the chemical got the boost, and how it is transformed, that our entrepreneurs like, that Mr. Chari and Mr. S.K. Shetty, they'll explain you very clearly, and how it is given as a different impetus to them in their business. And also, chemicals and pharmaceutical industries, how it contributed during the pandemic. In a very simple way, our Honorable, the Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister, Mr. Mandvik Malviya, has recently given a very complimentary remark in one of our Indian Chemical Council's conference. For killing corona, you require detergent. That is because of chemical. You require soap. That is because of chemical. You require disinfectant. That is because of chemical. You require oxygen. Without chemistry, I think oxygen cannot happen. Because, for instance, that Reliance, I think they were producing about 100 tons of, the oxygen. And when this emergency came, they rose it to 1,000 tons in a matter of, the maybe few months. I think that Mr. Paresh Trivedi will be able to explain better. The medicine, whatever, the corona medicine is required, whether you talk about the remdesivir and other, everything is, the base requirement is the chemical. And vaccination, there's certain portion of chemical without that, that you cannot get into vaccination. So the chemical industry and the pharmaceutical industry being the, greatest contributor to the corona, the activities. So he has summarized in a beautiful way, like anybody else, you're also the corona warrior. Because only the thing is that you work background, not in the front like doctors and other things. So that is a compliment, that actually doctor has, he has given. So with this, I don't want to talk too much about that, because the experts, if I go on talking, there, I think the time given is very less for us. So now, I would like to, make our speakers to speak, about the chemical industry. So over a period of time, in the next 1 hour or so, 45 minutes, you will get a lot of ideas, lot of new thinking. The very purpose of this, the meeting today, the young people are there, and other, our bunch community people are there, all put together. Instead of getting into only restaurants, and you also should look into the chemical, as the chemical is a growing industry. That industry has got a future. So we are not looking at some competitors, because it could be complementary. So thank you very much, and wish you all the best. Mr. Paresh Trivedi. Yeah. So I think, sir, if you can speak few words about, the yes. Yeah. So as far as Mr. Paresh Trivedi is concerned, I would like to say a few words, because, most of the people, that, this background. He is basically a BE in chemical engineering, and also he has got more than 4 decades of experience in the chemical industry. And he has worked in one of the largest, chemical empire in this whole world, we can say in India, is Reliance Industries, more than 38 years. And also, he has been in Deepak Fertilizers, and he was a director in the ChemBond, and also he is also connected to the Niti Aayog. He's an advisor to the Niti Aayog, and also he's the ICC and FICCI and everything. So you are the encyclopedia, sir. You can give some insight to our entrepreneurs in the buns industry, because buns community is basically a very dynamic community. See, we have got more than 15,000 the restaurants in Mumbai, if you can say that. It's one of the largest business. But unfortunately, during this corona period, that business is affected. Not because of that, even otherwise also instead of remaining one business itself. So there's an opportunity in other areas also. So I want you to give some insight to them. Okay, thank you very much.
So everyone, good afternoon, and namaskar to everyone. I think I will just tell you to start a remark actually. For me to come here on this stage is a very much privilege to have this audience actually, where Lord Krishna has asked to this audience to be there in a Mahabharata war, and you are the real business community from last 5,000 years actually. So no need to teach you what to do the business and how to do the business actually, and what is the opportunity. But I'll make a small humble attempt to see that, try to tell you the geopolitical things coming to the India, and what are the opportunity, and what is going to happen in next 2-3 years and the next 10 years actually. So this will give you a little flavor that how the India is going to be growing in these areas. So this last 2 years has given us a lot of soul searching, or the lot of thinking that what has to be done, not only to India alone, to the whole of the global community, every country, every company, and everywhere in the world actually. Now, I just look at it only as an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity India has got actually, particularly to come up in a very big way. So 2 years is a little subdue, but now it will be bounced back like a spring actually, spring action. So coming to the chemical, as Mr. Sethi has already described about all of the numbers actually, world over and other thing, I am just quickly coming to the sectors-wise opportunities and what is going to happen in each of these sectors actually, and where are the investment opportunity for Indian investor as well as a young entrepreneur or young innovators in which of the sectors, and which are the items which we can focus actually, so that we can be a very good outcome of this particular session actually, which we can take advantage. Just coming to the chemical sectors, when this pandemic started, there was a shortage of as he has already told, Mr. Health Minister also has told, lot of shortage of various drugs, starting with a sanitizer. Sanitizer price went up to 250 rupees for small bottles, to the swabs not available for the testing of the kits not available for this, and then the India stand-ups actually, and then proven to the world that we have everything and we are currently exporting. I'll just give you one small case study within 30 seconds to know to all the young people that this swab was not known to the 99% of the population of India, what is called this swab actually. Somebody called me that there is a swab actually. Then I said, send me the photo to see that thing, what are the things which is there. India was importing this swab at 65 rupees per one stick from China. Indian scientists, Indian people, young people developed this thing. Today, this swab is costing to India 65 paisa. So this is the power of Indian engineers, Indian entrepreneurs. Somebody in the Vapi doing the molding, somebody in Bombay doing nylon flockings actually, somebody is making in Pune the adhesive. Everybody integrate and make this thing. This is what the country make. These people have made the country proud actually. We are the only country who are right now exporting all this thing to US and various other countries. So coming to this is a very small item, but it has to be remarkable thing that people can make 1 million swab per day and can earn 10 paisa per swab. You can just imagine, it's a small little things actually. You have to have one small molding machine, you can do that actually. Okay, starting with that. Now coming to the another problems which we had faced. So I'm just trying to link the things so that you can appreciate that, yes, there is opportunity there. So when we said that paracetamol was world over supply issue actually. If you go back to the paracetamol, India was the largest supplier, which we were saying that India is a pharmacy of the world actually. So we were supplying paracetamol, but we were forgetting that raw material to the paracetamol is called a PAP, which was imported from China actually. And China has everything to supply. And then we realized that yes, this is going to be a bottleneck. Every pharma raw materials coming from China, most of them. So if you see that the benzene is a building block for any of these either bulk drugs or for the chemicals also, for the various chemicals also. India export 10 million tons of benzene from India, which goes to China, getting converted to phenol or various other product like para-aminophenol or various other product and coming back to India back. Another large thing is whatever the foam you use, either TDP or MDI and TDI, that converted and it. So all the 10 million ton benzene goes out of India, which comes back at a value-added product actually. So this is the biggest opportunity for Indian to convert. Why to export our benzene, convert into the value-added product actually. And that value-added product, we are itself is a consumer actually. So this is where the paracetamol story comes actually. The paracetamol is made from the nitrobenzene to hydrogenation. So that I don't want to go into the chemical route, but I'm just saying that this is the opportunity where the innovation can be done through the various way. It will be about minimum about 1,000 to 2,000 crore rupees immediately on a table. It can be converted and taken care of that actually. Similarly, all this type of whatever the shortage of medicines occurred, the pharma and chemical is not separated thing, it is interlinked actually to have the bulk drug and bulk drug to API and to have the pharma. So these are the one of the opportunity which we have seen, which is largely there on the table to do that thing. Other areas of things is that India is exporting most of the raw material out of the country, and that raw material is converted and returning back to India in the form of the finished product, like either in form of API or in a form of the intermediate. We wanted to make sure that we can give this platform to help the entrepreneur to set up this type of things and try to give him inside knowledge. So what happens that the technology is available, technology can be translated into the implementable mode. So government of India is looking for an entrepreneur who can pick up few of these items, and they are also giving good amount of subsidy to do that. So that is a pharma policy 2020 which has been declared, where there is a lot of schemes available for implementation of team to become India as a Atmanirbhar. So we would like that team or entrepreneurs should look at into it. Another excitement things which I would like to share with you, that what are the things which we can do and you can do in next 2-3 years is a semiconductor industries, which probably nobody in India has tapped even into even 1% of it actually. The semiconductor industries, just to tell you about the geopolitical as well as the opportunity-based things, Taiwan is controlling most of the semiconductor industries. It's called Taiwan Semiconductor. Now this Taiwan Semiconductor, as you know that there is an issue near Taiwan actually. So semiconductors are not available, the ICs are not available in the world over. You must have heard or in the news actually that automobile sector or various sectors, the delay in a delivery is happening because the IC is not available, chips is not available. India has identified this thing last year, and India would like to set up the largest semiconductor setup in a country actually. Where is the opportunity? It's ample opportunity. There are more than 100 chemicals in a fine chemical or the specialty chemical. Minimum 100 I know actually. It goes into it actually. And there are high-tech chemicals actually. And once I say high-tech, that can be made in a 250 to about 500 square feet area only. In a one or two bedroom size area, you can manufacture this thing. About 20 lakhs rupees, 50 lakhs rupees a kilo, like that actually. And this is what going to be a future when you start looking at it. Semiconductor industries is going to grow very rapidly because it is supported by government, and it is not only government, the world wants actually the India to grow in this sector. When world wants, it will happen actually. The third most important thing which I would like to highlight is a space and defense sector. The space sector is growing so fast actually, the tremendous potential, maybe 20%, 30% growth rate actually, where there are more than I will say 200 type of requirement of different kind of chemicals, materials, and the material science related things which is required actually. So this is an area where it's going to grow, and which is a new area which you will feel that you are doing first time in India, some of them. The carbon fiber related areas or the metallurgy related areas, it is you will be doing first time in India. So this is where the young people can come up and set up the things actually. Now I'll just tell you the third areas which is very important and very, very growth oriented things which I will feel that you are you can do it very well than anybody else in India actually, is a agro sector actually. I'll just tell you the highlight actually. The world is passing through the phase where the food is going to be a biggest challenge, either in Africa or in Europe or in China or in Middle East and various other countries. India is a blessed country actually, which has got a length and breadth of India is fertile lands, and we can grow many, many different kind of varieties of things actually. Now this is an area, if you focus only, the whole GDP can able to contribute whatever Sir has told about $5 trillion economy. You can beat $5 trillion only in one sector, it is only the agriculture sector actually. And agriculture sector to have the food processing industries, the fertilizer, the organic things actually, You can have the various type of extract from the things which world want actually. Uh, it is a tremendous potential actually, and there are small to medium to large scale industries which we can able to set up actually particularly. And this is a world will look at it, look at India for supply of food chain in a next 2 years time. You will see that thing that various countries are starving currently. For food grains are not available, various things are not available. We are trying to get the agriculture land to see that they can make maybe 2 times or 3 times the growth on the from the same soil actually, the productivity enhancement. This is the biggest opportunity that all of us which will get. So I'm just trying to summarize these opportunities which are there, and we can always discuss each of the molecules what has to be done actually. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Trivedi. You have given a very good insight about, that especially on the pharmaceutical side, and how, benzene can be, that okay, we can actually create the value addition for that product, and also the paracetamol and semiconductor in the space and research. Everybody knows these are the, areas there is a great scope. Thank you very much. Now the people will ask some question, that whether we'll do it now or shall we do it later after everybody speaks about that. I think that they'll be more interested in asking more questions, that actually, that's why. Now I think next person is Mr. Sunil Chari, and he is going to tell about, that inspirational talk about, that how he could make it in such a short period of time. Because when we're talking about Mr. Sunil Chari, and he is of course the founder of the Rossari, as it has been already told about this one as far as Rossari is concerned. But I would like to add only one thing that, that recently I think that, you have also acquired, that BD Shetty's, the families, that is Unitop. Unitop is one of the sponsors of this, this particular event. So I can say that you have become the part of the bunch now. So we are very feeling very nice about it, that okay, that's a compliment to you and your success story, that is something fantastic. You are a humble person. Please, if you can speak something about that so that we can have more questions, sir.
Thank you, Shetty Sahab. Namaskar. I've been part of Mangalore since 1989. So I met my partner, Edward Menezes. He hails from Bantakal. And I've been part of his family now for the last 24 years. I think 89 now is 32 years. With Unitop, this bond with Mangalore strengthened. And with TriStar owner also is Mr. Uday Marbali. The bond strengthened further with the Mangalorean community. I started in a small way in 1997 with Mr. Edward, borrowing 7 lakh rupees. I hail from a middle class family, born in Kalyan. So Vivek sir told me, talk about your journey. So Rossari is now a debt-free company worth 8,000 crores. And Mr. Devesh Mishra is here from HDFC Bank. He has been our banker. And so on our board, on Rossari's board, we have Mr. Asim Dhruv, who Mr. Mishra has worked together. We try to follow those philosophy of being conservative in not leveraging the company. HDFC Bank paisa deta nahi tha. And so we are not leveraged. But Asim sir, who is on our board, Asim Dhruv is on our board, he is a visionary. He has learned under Mr. Deepak Parekh and Mr. Aditya Puri. And he says, failing is not a crime. हम try करते हैं, गिर जाते हैं, सर पे पैर पे लगता है, that is not a crime. But thinking low is a crime. So this is something which we are learning now. Mr. Paresh talked about the semiconductor industry and the opportunity. The opportunity is big. We have gone into silicones, and now we have gone into silicon fluid manufacturing, we have gone into hydrosilation. But what we see is China. China is controlling the raw material. Now, if we even go to silicon backward into chlorosilicones and epoxy silicones, still there is silicon monomer. And even if you manufacture silicon monomer, you have to go to silicon metal, which is China. Now, if India has to grow big, we have to start with the basic roots, the basic building blocks of the chemical economy. And that is what we were discussing in one of our brainstorming sessions on where next. And silicon metal manufacturing is something which we are thinking about. India has silica, the quartzite, which is required for silicon manufacturing. Mr. Paresh touched upon sanitizer. We are amongst the largest sanitizers manufactured in the country. When pandemic started, there was no sales in last March, and we were to do the IPO that time. और सब हमारे customers बंद थे. And the only industry we could see was sanitizer. And we did everything possible, and we did not allow the factory to stop even for one day. जहाँ से मिला उधर से इथेनॉल लाया, जो तकलीफ हुआ, जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का प्रॉब्लम्स हुआ, लॉजिस्टिक्स का प्रॉब्लम हुआ, we were able to solve. So where there is a will, there is a way. And we need to think big. The board tells us, I went to the board and board said next 5 साल का क्या प्लान है? हमने बोला 1 बिलियन से 2 मिलियन मार्केट कैप होना चाहिए. बोर्ड बोलता है 5 बिलियन क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? तो 5 बिलियन is 35,000 crores. And it may happen in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years or more. But at least thinking big is something which is very, very important. So for a person like me, who started from zero, my father expired when I was 12 years old. My mother did stitching and grew us up. There was no money when we started the company. And we have no political backing, underground backing, or bureaucracy backing. If we could do it, all of you can do it. And what India needs is more billion-dollar companies. So let it be blessed with a crore billion-dollar companies. And this can make us the largest economy in the world. When I interact with people in China, when I interact with people in Europe, and when I interact with people in US, they are same like us. Maybe we are more smarter. Our software is on top of the world. So why can't we be top in the chemicals? And that is what we are aspiring at Rossari and at Unitop. When Mr. Balkrishna Shetty, who has led Unitop very ably in the absence of Mr. B.D. Shetty, Mr. Balkrishna Shetty is an inspiration for us, like Mr. B.D. Shetty. I met Mr. B.D. Shetty 30 years ago when we were to start Rossari, and we went to ask him chemicals in the old Unitop office. And I was impressed that time. And for last 1.5 years, I was after Mr. Balkrishna Shetty कि हम partnership साथ में करते हैं. We admire Unitop for a fantastic range of products, very good management, keeping people together. I think these are keys for any entrepreneur to succeed. Today, I was talking to Asim Dhru in the morning, and Asim sir said, "Chari, तुम काम करते हो, तुम्हारा काम same और 10 आदमी कैसे कर सकते हैं? तभी जाके $10 billion company होगी." So we need to create leaders within the organization, because alone one person cannot do anything. So my last sentence is: think big, think for the stars, and you'll achieve it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chari. Of course, that you have explained, as I was mentioning, that okay, that's a very simple way, how you, and you are a very humble person, that even today also you are remembering what was happening in the past. And it is a great inspiration, that to all of us, that not only, that okay, for us, even the youngsters, that those the new entrepreneurs, and also for our Bunds community. So I'm definitely sure that, that okay, because actually, when you talk about Unitop, Mr. B.D. started 40 years in Narish Street, that okay, it has come up to this level, and you will take it to the much bigger height along with Mr. Balkrishna Shetty. But I can tell you one thing, about your IPO. So you came out with the IPO, that somewhere in the month of June. So we were all just looking at, that we are so shocked, June 20, because that was the peak of the corona. People were, that okay, struggling for corona, he is going to the public issue. And perhaps he was the first company to come into IPO in chemical industry. Anywhere in the world. That I didn't know. But I've observed that as far as the chemical is concerned. So that has given the boost to so many. I think it was a good omen. So so many other people came after that. Today, I think that the people who came into the IPO, after this, this Europe IPO, I think market capitalization may be more than 1 lakh crores. So that's the kind of thing, it's a good beginning he has done that. So thank you very much for your advice, and the other questions you can ask, whenever it comes to the main subject is concerned. Now the next speaker is, of course, Mr. S.K. Shetty, and people are looking a lot of things from you, because that he is the first generation entrepreneur. That I want to say about something about, before actually his introduction is concerned. So when it talk about the chemical industry, today I remember 31st October 1984. And 31st October 1984 was the assassination of Srimati Indira Gandhi. So after her assassination, the entire political system was changed in this country. And 1984 has got one more significance. That is the Bhopal tragedy on 2nd and 3rd of December 1984. So I can say that is the change of the chemical industry. Until 1984, in this country, people were not at all looking in chemical as a serious subject, because nobody was producing chemical in this country. Everything was being imported. And all multinational companies were there. So when the multinational companies were there, they were, controlling everything. So Indian companies, the technology was a problem, entrepreneurs were not there, that was the kind of thing. So the first chemical industry, and more so agro industries, because that particular company, the product what they were making, that MIC, was in a hardcore pesticide chemical. After that product, virtually all the multinational companies started withdrawing from India as far as the production of the pesticide is concerned. They are not guts, because Indians were looking at the pesticides in a different angle. So few companies took the lead to how to make the agro industries, agrochemicals in a successful way. Maybe at that time, Mr. S.K. Shetty must have been working with the Garda Chemicals. So he was also pesticide man. That's why I'm giving the pesticide background. One of the companies which really took it to the international level today is United Phosphorus. So they started from there. Now, since 1984, there is nothing to look back. His brother, for instance, Empire Industries, and both of them put together today, I think it is the 5th largest pesticide agrochemicals manufacturer in the world as far as the UPL is concerned. So our friend Mr. S.K. Shetty is also in the similar business. His company, the agrochemicals, that's why I've given the history of that, that as far as this agro sector is concerned. So Mr. S.K. Shetty, he is of Heramba Industries, a very simple man. He, along with his brother, he started this company. It's maybe about 20, 25 years back. His brother is Mr. R.K. Shetty. And today, of course, like you, he has also gone into IPO. He has made it a very successful IPO. So he is going to be a greatest inspirer for Bunds, Shettys, and youngsters, everybody, not only in agro sector, but also, from business point of view. Please share something with us, sir. Okay? Thank you very much.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, and all the dignitaries who are patiently listening. Everybody is a dignitary here. It is our turn to sit here. Maybe some other time it is your turn. And all my Bunds family members. I think something has been said about me. Thank you, Vivekananda. So this kind of session, I am new to this kind of panel discussion. So day before yesterday, we met at the inauguration of, not inauguration, I think Bhumi, what is that? Bhumi Pujan, or starting of the commencement of the one of the educational institutes of Bunds in Borivali. So we were there together and we shared, I asked him what is this panel discussion all about. Of course, I have attended, but then here it is the first time I am attending. I am sitting in the dais. Normally, I used to be there. So I asked him. He said some questions will be asked. So I requested him, you ask me simple questions. Don't ask me complicated questions to me. Then he said you can narrate about your story and some inspiration to the Bunds community members. Not too much. He said, I said chemical industry, shall I get into the chemical industry, all the details? He said, even if you get into the details, Sadashivana, nobody will understand. There are very few chemical people. So even if you start narrating your chemistry, nobody will understand. There are very few who will understand, maybe himself and the person sitting here and some of you, maybe with the science background. So, thank you so much. Basically, if I have to narrate the story of what? Inspirational. What do I need to tell about?
You're a very successful man.
As
That's
a
the most
successful
important
man.
part, you know, that okay.
I don't know what is successful. Successful is a highly debatable question here. What is success? Maybe financially, yes. Financial success is one thing. That is not the only success right now. So, happiness, health, everything is part of the success story. Anyway, I'm okay with that. So I can say maybe one of the successful people. Many successful people are sitting here. So it's nice to share my thoughts with all of you. Of course, if I have to narrate all the journey part of it, it will take long time. Kitna? 1 ghanta? 1 hour? No. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, my 60 years of journey, I cannot narrate in 5 minutes.
That is the beauty.
1 घंटा तो देना चाहिए. 1 घंटा तो देना चाहिए. Anyway, within 5 minutes, okay. So, yeah, fast forward. So I started, I hail from a family, farmer's family, from a place called, we are from Kasaragod, other district, other part of Kerala, part of the Bunds, belong to a farmer family. So got educated from native place, from Bangalore. See, the biggest contribution for my success is, I should say, first of all, my parents for educating me. Especially my father was a very kind-hearted person. Thoda wo bhi aaya genes mein. And my mother, who was very, very dynamic. And all the leadership qualities and decision-making and IQ, this came from my mother probably. So I am grateful to my parents for giving us that DNA and the education. They were a normal family. In fact, financially not so good. It was struggling those days. In fact, why I came closer to Bund Sangha is because, those days when I was studying in Bangalore, I got the help of Bund Sangha financially to some extent. Yeah. So I need to narrate that because I didn't know about Bund Sangha also those days. I was in the college going, after 11th. So somebody told me that if you are having hard pressed on finance money, so our Bund Sangha will assist some good, good students. So I already had a first class those days, not today's this thing. Those days even 60% above is a good score. So I just walked into Bund Sangha's office and they gave me a form. They asked only one question, are you a Shetty? Yes, I am a Bund Shetty. I said yes. Then you are qualified. Come, take this form. Take this form and fill up. So I filled up the form. They ensured that I am a Shetty and a Bunds. And then immediately they sanctioned a financial assistance. So after that, for 5 years, I availed 1,200 rupees per annum till my post-graduation. So I need to mention that. So I am closer to Bund Sangha and all these Bunds associations. So during my education, the Sangha has helped me. And for 5 years, 1,200 rupees those days per annum is a huge sum. I started my career with 600 rupees salary, after my post-graduation. So 1,200 rupees was a big sum. So that help, of course, was a great help indeed. So this kind of association, Sanghas, our Bund Sangha and our associations are doing a marvelous job in assisting our community members. Thanks to this IBCC also giving us this platform. So that is a linkage I had. So another thing, very important factor in our entrepreneurship is our DNA or genes of the Bunds community. we are a born in Bunds community means we have the leadership skill. And if you see in our native place, Bunds are a very highly successful community. Wherever we have gone, we started off as maybe Banta means Yodhas in good old days. Subsequently, agriculturists, and subsequently now in diverse fields everywhere. So that is our Bunds community's capability as a leader. So that also I imbibed that those qualities of Bunds which came as a DNA or genes. So these things. Subsequently, after my education, that is the foundation, and I took chemistry because I had a passion for chemistry. Here I would mention to the youngsters, whatever you do, follow your interests. That's very, very important. Follow your interest. Elderly people, I don't have to suggest anything, but this is for the youngsters. Elderly, they won't, now it is futile to suggest anything to them, people like me. So to those youngsters who want to start up as a business, to take inspiration from us, so basically you have to think of one thing. So you should be prepared for 10 years struggle if you want to start any startup business. 10 years, be prepared. Nothing is easy. You have to do hard work. There may be a lot of pitfalls, lot of turbulence, which I faced during my entire career and in the entire career. Of course, I worked for almost 20 years in various industries, and some of them dyes and intermediates, some of them pharma, then into agrochemicals. So today I picked up agrochemicals as my business this thing because I had a liking. So one has to follow the interest in whatever you do, whether you are pursuing your career or pursuing your business. Interest is very important. Don't be influenced by others saying that, ye karo. But wo karne ke liye aapko uska knowledge hona zaruri hai, whatever business you want to start. And then persistence. And of course, very, very hard work is required. So that is a little suggestion I can give you. And once we started off with this agrochemicals, and it was highlighted by my friend Mr. Chari also. So two things, and by Trivedi ji also he mentioned about pharmaceutical industry and agrochemical industry as future drivers. So I am lucky that I am in both. So I am in agrochemical as a Heramba. I have got another unit which is now coming up, which is purely into pharmaceuticals, API and intermediates. So I have the experience and expertise of both pharma and agrochemicals. So Heramba's success story was mentioned that we went for public. We cater to the Indian domestic market, to the crop protection area, so helping the farmers to enhance their yields. See, there is a crop loss. If you don't use the crop protection chemicals, there is a crop loss of not less than, maybe around 30% crop losses. We may talk about organic chemistry, organic farming, but organic farming doesn't work in a large scale. If you want to become self-sufficient in a food grains production, so we need fertilizers, we need crop protection chemicals. So we are into that and helping the Indian farmers and exporting to more than 50 countries. So I think that is enough for today. And
Other section is also going on.
yeah. So thank you very much. And any questions you can ask us? Simple questions. Thank you very much.
Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. S.K. Shetty. He has actually, given his journey, that success story, because these are the things, which makes a big inspiration for, the youngsters or the other entrepreneurs to do that. Now, I think it's open for question answer. I think anybody has got any question, I think that, yes. Mike, please.
I was listening to all the three panelists. I understand Paresh Bhai has been given pharmaceuticals. Now, as you said, I understand from the history till 1995, we were giving technology to Chinese and asking them to manufacture at the convenient, very economical rate to supply us. And today they have started bullying us. I feel this is right. what all of you also think. Now today, the time has come to us. Now we are talking about API or a bulk drug. And I am specifically talking about intermediates today where we are starving. So everyone, all API industries, they are connected to China only for intermediates in the majority terms. So to get that, you have to give a very high price because they have started dictating us. Now today we are under very good prime ministership. Why can't we think into come into starting like paracetamol, which was been made by Indians earlier? So many chemicals. But today we are depend raw materials from China. So I am asking you people, why can't we think on manufacturing intermediates and what will be the small size? I am talking about 20 crore turnover. And what will be the cost of investment? Because we are all coming from, majority of us, or from hotel industry. We want to divert our fund to these chemicals. I think BB Shetty was talking about it. So there are many Shettys who can invest 50 crore plus. So, so I am asking, can you give us an idea, all of three? This question for all of three. So can give us an idea with what is the best investment we can make a 20 crore turnover over the period of 3 years, we start earning, and another 3 years we'll make we get back all our investments. So this is the question. And let me complete all my question. And also there was that Sunil Chari Saab. I think your nameplate says you are from the biotech. Now what will be the future of phytochemicals, which has been left out here now? So phytochemicals is a very big area, it is a sun rising. Now today, India, even Chinese are there already ahead of phytochemicals. So give us some idea how the startup can be in the phytochemicals, which is a very essential in the future. And the third question is, it may be to the SK Shetty. SK Shetty sir, you have been into agrochemicals. Give us some idea to start up with the agrochemicals, taking your chemical and formulating and selling it to the farmers. And give us idea on that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have to give you one particular things in API or any other areas will be okay? Okay. So if you just try to give you a broad spectrum of things actually, how do we try to give you a suggestion or ideas or something to entrepreneur? We take the import list of chemicals actually, what country is importing actually, so that we can become Atmanirbhar on that actually, where somebody is buying in India. So there is a customer is readily available. So if you see the list actually, I can tell you from the API list or something, 20 crore is a very large sum actually, what you have said. You can start with at least 5 CR or something like that actually, and you can able to do a very good business in that actually. So if you would like to go in API manufacturing, it is easily you can do that. There are 5 to 10 items which India imports from China, and you can able to manufacture here. We can help you. And I take this forum as one of my promise to Bund and everything. Yeah. I can help 2 startups in next 6 months. To identify, make that things to do the project report, arrange for them as a funding also if required.
So Mr. Chandra, you can actually contact him after the meeting, he can definitely suggest you, about the technology, about the marketing or whatever it is.
So we can, I can handle two actually startup for this thing. Correct. That is my commitment to all of you actually. To
very good, sir. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Paresh Bhai. Thank you.
See, I can throw some idea to you and just actually get out of this stage. I don't want to do that actually. If I would like to really help, I will sit with you people and you identify two of them actually.
Correct.
This is a forum. It's not only to listen, to take action what I can understand. And I will take myself action.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I will see that I will identify two of these things. Anyone would like to participate?
We'll do that. So Mr. Chari, you would like to throw some light on this?
The world is going towards sustainability. आपने phytochemicals के बारे में पूछा. Phytochemicals is something which is the future because it is natural. So my advice would be not to copy. Rosari is successful because it doesn't copy. We innovate and we let others follow. So whatever you do, 20 crores, 50 crores, whatever you want to do, understand where it is the world is going to. It is going towards natural products. It is going towards sustainability, biodegradability. So focus on what is available as a raw material in India. So phytochemicals, there is a host, of raw materials which are available in India. That is what you should focus at in terms of herbs, in terms of essential oils, and the demand for this is going to boom in the future.
Yeah.
We all want to go from synthetic to natural. Focus on natural things is something जो चल रहा है उसको कॉपी करने में सामने वाले के साथ में खाली प्राइस कट होगा.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, Mr. S.K. Shetty. Yeah. So go for natural. That's what he's suggesting. That actually eco-friendly.
Yeah. Your first question, I think, relates
Oh,
to import.
The
from-
short. Again, because the time we are running out
Yeah,
of the time.
first question is related to, I think, about China's import versus India's self-reliance on, backward integration, whatever we can produce, which are being imported, import substitute compounds. Yes, because of the situation in China, in the recent past, because of various factors like environmental issues, then their own internal issues, now the power crisis. There is a lot of opportunity for India to get into this, most of the chemicals which were imported, mainly whether it is pharmaceutical, most of the intermediates are coming from China, no doubt about it. And agrochemicals also, there are some key intermediates which are coming from China. That Indian companies have already started thinking about it. We also started to do research on this, and some of the chemicals are very tough to manufacture, but we can always try to make it viable for India and do that. That is a very good question and very good suggestion also.
Thank you.
And as far as your startup is concerned, definitely we can give you some ideas personally, privately, and whatever you want to invest. So there are ideas. We can definitely look into those things. You may contact us for a personal discussion.
Please do that. Please do that.
Thank
I
you.
think that if the fund is there, I think that they can provide the technology. I think not too many questions. Otherwise, we would like to summarize.
I have got two questions from the spectators over here.
Yeah.
They have just shared it with me. So they just want to know, how do you sustain profitability in the times to come with cost of raw materials going up, the cost of raw materials going up? How are your plans for the operational growth? So this is one question. And the last question for this particular session would be, what is your thought on artificial intelligence and process automation in the chemical industry?
So let me answer the first question. So that is basically relates to what? What was the question? First question?
How do you...
Cost increase.
Profitability in
cost
your business.
escalation,
How
cost
to maintain the
escalation because
profitability
of
in
the
the
raw
business.
material price increase. Of course, there is a natural phenomena of end product or finished product price also goes up, if not proportionately, if not immediately, but over a shorter period of time, there is always price correction in the finished product. That always happens. Nowadays, these days, the prices of most of the raw materials are gone topsy-turvy because of Chinese situations. So industries are facing some kind of price pressure. But we are overcoming because China is not into the race now. India is the only major manufacturer in chemicals, be it agrochemicals or pharmaceuticals or any other chemicals. India is now leading. So any disadvantages to China is advantage to India. So there is a great, good future for India in the near future because of the Chinese situation. Post-COVID, because of the COVID also, many of the Western countries and rest of the world prefer India as a source for most of the chemicals and products.
You want to say something? Yeah. Mr. Parish, Bhai wants to say something. You know,
Hello,
let us so that we can conclude the whole thing. You know. Yeah.
The second one is automation and things in chemical process industries
Artificial
or
intelligence, yeah.
various industries on that. Actually, I will tell you that it is going to be a very big avenues for the electronic as well as the people who does the automation, the IoT, the AI based software to monitor the things. It's going to be a real-time data monitoring on a mobile and everything. Now this is going to be a very simple thing. Now it has already started. So it has a very big potential, very, very big potential. Those who would like to have in electronic or in automation or in a control system or AI or the machine learning, this is going to be a next 5 years are there actually, or you can say 10 years are there actually on that front. So huge potential.
Thank you, Mr. Trivedi. Thank you. Yeah. Now, anybody else? Mr. Nambiar. I think when Mr. Nambiar is a little fast, you know that okay, next session is there.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. I think you must do the whole day program. Mic, can somebody give give the mic, yeah. Correct, give it to the mic.
Hello? Don't take it as a criticism to the chemical industries. First of all, I'm giving a warning. Our chemical industries introduced a lot of poisonous pest control material which never destroyed the pests but killed the natural pest controlling species in natural resources which is available. Particularly on the paddy field, if you are telling, there were small frogs which was living on the pest and the fish which was floating on the water which is eating the pest or the larvae. They all died. They all disappeared. And the perennial, this thing, particularly I'm from Kerala, any chemical, even in Kasargod, as our gentleman is telling, that the cashew nut, for safeguarding the cashew nut, the spray which has put into is making the generations and generations of the people over there, they are all being born handicapped, either mentally retarded or handicapped. They are not, even if you are looking at the way the children are put over there, it is in thousands. So, is the chemical industry spending some money to come out of this thing, or some remedies has been put in? And how you are going to neutralize the totally negative part of it? Sorry for if it is a criticism to the chemical industries.
Yeah, shall I answer
I think,
this?
you know, before that, you know, that I think this is a very, very debatable subject. You know, that why I'm telling you, know, I'll tell you. The reason being, I think, you know, this cashew nut problem, which is really having, you know, that it's one of the multinational company created, even today this problem is having. This subject has been discussed in Star TV by Mr. Amir Khan, in front of UPL, you know, that the chairman Raju Shroff, nobody could find a solution. Let me tell you very frankly, it has been happening in the past at that time. I think current situation, it is not there, because now the technology has changed so much, but it is just like in a Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the atom bomb, still people are suffering. So, you know, that nobody can do it. The same thing which has happened in Bhopal, in MIC. So I don't think that, you know, that okay, this platform will be able to sort out this problem. Let me tell you very frankly, it is a very, very critical question. You know, that okay, I think that let us leave it here only. Because that's what I'm telling, you know, that's, yeah. So,
briefly,
yeah.
Vivekananda, I just add, you know, briefly I can
But I think
explain.
I will conclude on, but let us, we have the other session to go ahead, you know, that okay, otherwise, this, you know, and you can discuss with him separately afterwards. After the session and the evening also we have, you know, the dinner party at that time, you can discuss, go on, discuss and everything. So now with this,
that is-
I think, you know, that okay, because I have got only one question, I think 1 minute if you can answer, I think I would like to conclude it. That question is very simple. Today, after this pandemic, the chemical industry is booming. Specialty chemical has done very well. And also, because we are talking China, whatever it is concerned, I'm asking simple question to you that this boom, this specialty chemical, will it sustain? This is the only question. Yes? Yes. I think I would like to conclude here. Now, the conclusion remark is very simple. Our panelists, you know, that they have given a beautiful, you know, that okay, their insight about the chemical pharmaceutical industries. Even if you keep it, you know, that one full session also, that, you know, that we cannot end it because this is such a vast subject. But I would like to talk about not the chemicals or any other. I would like to conclude with one remark as far as the business is concerned. First of all, you try to understand not a temporary. You know that what you should think about the business. Is there a demand for the product? Is the demand is sustainable? And is that demand is scalable? These three aspects are very important. Because you do the product and make it only for, that your own, it won't work. It is scalable. And take it to the international level, global level. This is the thing which can make a difference as far as any business is concerned. Whether you talk about paracetamol, whether X product, none can survive. Competition is going to be so tough. Whether it's restaurant business, whether you talk about, the chartered accountant business, whether you talk about, doctor's business, scalable, demand, sustainability, and the scalability. These three things only sustain in the long run for any business is concerned. And once again, thank you very much for the panelists for such a great insight. And also we have made it, so wonderful. Let us have more meetings of this nature. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your word of wisdom. I would request you all to stay on stage, please. Sir. I would request our President, Mr. K.C. Shetty, and Vice President, Mr. S.B. Shetty, to please come on the dais. I would also request Mr. Bharat Shetty, who is a session sponsor. This particular session was been sponsored by Aditi Essentials. So I would request you all to please give a round of applause to our session sponsor as well. SB, sir. I would request you all to please stay on the stage for a photograph.